It is 2 for the price of 1 here, people, because today we are talking about the Calgary Flames and some of their forwards that we are now linking to the Montreal Canadiens. Now, of course, you already know whom it is we are referring to based off the title and thumbnail of this video, but just in case you didn't get the scoop, we are diving into Blake Coleman and also Nazem Kadri. Because both of these guys are Calgary Flames. Some of them, their contracts are longer than others, but both of these names have been linked to the Habs. We'll get into why that is in a second here. Let's just go over each of the profiles first and foremost. Nazem Kadri is 35 years old, center left wing, 6 feet 185, signed on till the end of 2029, making $7 million a year. For the most part, Kadri had developed a pretty interesting reputation for himself, both in Toronto and in Colorado. While it's true there were some difficulties in the playoffs that he had been a part of, particularly with suspensions, he, at the end of the day, is a hard-nosed, hard-fighting center who is on pace for 56 points this season. Now, sure, it's not the career-high 87 points in 71 games that he had in his last year with the Colorado Avalanche, but part of the reason he is even on the contract he is on right now, which was a however many years deal this is, a 7-year deal, $7 million each, it's because he had that crazy season. It's why Calgary shelled the bag to get this guy in 2022. Now, Kadri is playing on a pretty bad Flames team. You can say the same thing about Blake Coleman. He's 34 years old, 5'11", 198. Winger, we've already made a bunch of video commentaries about him, but his contract goes on till 2027 at $4.9 million a year. Coleman is on pace also for another down season compared to his best of days. He had a 54-point year in 78 games 2 seasons ago. This year he is on pace for 36 points. So Blake Coleman, he provides some good two-way stability on the wing. Nazem Kadri provides some bite, some offensive productivity at center. And it was Darren Dreger on TSN who went out there and talked about how the Habs have interest in both of these guys yesterday. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this article. It includes a video clip which actually does not show up on the Streamlabs. It's really interesting. I think TSN has some sort of a filter where they don't allow broadcasted media clips on their website to be mirrored and duplicated on screen recording software. So I can actually see the setup and the video that they have right here. You can see the thumbnails, but when I click on it, it's a black screen for y'all. It's kind of funny how that works. Trade rumors continue to swirl around the Calgary Flames following Sunday's deal that sent defenseman Rasmus Andersson to Vegas. With the pending free agent blue liner gone, attention is now shifted to veteran forwards Nazem Kadri and Blake Coleman as players who could be the next out of Calgary. TSN hockey insider Darren Dreger reported Tuesday on Insider Trading that GM Craig Conroy has been having ongoing discussions with Kadri's camp regarding a deal, adding that there has been some level of interest from the Leafs, Canadiens, Avalanche, Kings, and maybe the Stars. Darren Dreger spoke on TSN 6-9 Day yesterday morning, so Wednesday morning, and expanded on the level of interest shown by the Canadiens in the pair of forwards. The Habs' interest level is moderate, Dreger said. You're talking about a 35-year-old player who still has 3 years remaining on his contract. I wouldn't say that Nazem Kadri is high on the list for Kent Hughes. Kadri has 9 goals and 34 points in 49 games, his 4th season with the Flames. The London, Ontario native is in the 4th year of a 7-year deal he had signed with the club as a UFA in 2022. The contract carries a $7 million AAV and will run through the 28-29 campaign, expiring when Kadri is 38. You're looking at Michael Hage, who is on his way, and you certainly don't want to block what he may be at the NHL level, said Dreger. But in theory, let's say it takes him 2+ years to get up to speed. There is a world where you can visualize Nazem Kadri for a couple of seasons then. As a 37-year-old, you deal with it at that point. Kadri is 35, and he wants to win a Stanley Cup, but he also wants to do what's best for the Flames, said Dreger. I think the message from Darren Ferris is that he doesn't have full trade protection. So here are the cities and opportunities he values and could see himself being a decent fit with. And in that conversation, I think Montreal is a part of that. Now, that's not surprising, really. We did hear earlier last summer that Nazem Kadri would waive his trade protection for Montreal or Toronto. There were already rumors about him going to either of these cities back then and expressed interest on his behalf. Hearing now that if Kadri, who is 35 years old, is more interested in winning a cup again, like he had done in 2022 with the Colorado Avalanche, if he wants to win a second Stanley, then obviously he's not doing that with the Flames this season. He's still pretty good, it's just the team is that bad. So if he wants to actually get something done here, become a Montreal Canadien, believe in the vision that the Habs have, and try to contribute to some sort of a Stanley Cup roster, then hey, be my guest, Naz. Let's continue on with the article here. Pierre LeBrun previously connected the Canadiens to Blake Coleman of the Calgary Flames, saying that this 34-year-old winger is high on their list. Darren Dreger spoke about Coleman too in his radio hit. He is probably a better all-around fit, but the Calgary Flames do not want to trade him because of his value to the team and the transition phase they're going through. You would have to pay a premium for Blake Coleman. I don't want to speculate on what a prospect could look like from Montreal's POV. It wouldn't be Michael Hage. Go through the pool of prospects the Canadiens have, and it would probably cost them one of those pieces and a draft pick to get Coleman or Kadri. The question will be if, capital if here, Hughes is willing to engage on Kadri or Coleman, what prospect are you looking to get back? The Canadiens acquired another veteran forward earlier this season when they traded a second to LA for Desnoyers. As a result, LeBrun reported that Montreal is in no hurry to make their next move and could wait for the Olympic break to assess if they're going to add another piece. Kadri has 744 points in 1,034 career games. Coleman has 311 points in 668 career games. The Canadiens sit third in the Atlantic with 63 points, and the Flames are last in the Pacific. What? No, that's not right. They're not last in the Pacific. Vancouver is last in the Pacific. How is that possible? TSN staff, did you use AI to write this gosh darn article again? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I just discovered that right off the bat. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I am saying that this is the same publication that... Did they not say that Logan Cooley won an Art Ross? Let's go out there and Google this. Where do the Calgary Flames rank in the Pacific Division today? They are 7th in the Pacific. They are in the bottom tier of the division standings. 7th overall. How many teams are in the Pacific? 7th? Is that correct? There's 8. So why in the world does the article go out there and very incorrectly say that the Flames are last in the Pacific? Come on. They had to have had some sort of an AI tool writing this article. Anyways, all policing aside, I do think there is a decent conversation to have here about Nazem Kadri, about Blake Coleman. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about these potential Montreal Canadiens targets, and which prospect should the Calgary Flames get back if they want to get this deal done? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.